for your laptop. That's
No, it's an entirely new laptop because my laptop crashed. I had the model year, it's only 2 years old, that has this little thing in there, this little piece that you open this bad boy with your Apple Watch and all of a sudden it loses its marbles. Marbles gone, laptop crash. But you know what's
marbles
amazing?
in there?
Yeah, you can hear them.
I didn't know Apple computers had marbles in them.
Amazing.
But you know what the beautiful thing about Apple is now? Literally, I don't think I lost anything. Like I opened it up and I typed in my cloud thing and I'm like,
That is cool, actually.
So that actually, like, was really stressed about it at first, and then I opened the laptop and I was like, "Thank you, baby Jesus."
Why is it gotta be baby Jesus?
Thank you, laptop.
I don't know
I
what
just
the cloud is.
wanted to thank
No.
little Jesus.
I know
today.
it's like something that holds my stuff, but I'm like,
Yeah.
where is it?
In the clouds.
I finally paid the 99 cents.
Me too. I gave up.
and my phone
Absolutely.
is like, works so much better now.
The cloud's amazing.
I'm like, I'm not paying 99 cents a month.
And then I'm like, all right, I'll pay 99.
And now it won't get full. And I mean, if you
Yeah.
even upgrade to like the next one, whatever the next tier is, I got baited into that somehow.
I just updated
Just-
my phone to the 11.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah, it's
know the
pretty good,
12
but
came
it-
out today. Days
Today
in
it came
timeout.
It's Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 12 is out
Speaking of-
today. There's whatever.
Thinking
a
of
live
Apple.
unveiling.
Live.
Live. Do it
We'll
live.
do it live.
Like this
Just
sort
got
of
an air hug
live.
from Dave.
Wow. I know
Your
he
favorite,
didn't even
right?
give
You
us
said-
the hugs,
I
just
want-
you.
He gives good hugs. We talked about this.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Do you think he listened last week to hear it?
No.
Because I did see him embrace you in the parking lot after that, and I was taking notes.
It was funny because he listened to it and then he came to me and gave me.
You got more hugs.
You know what's really weird though? I don't know. It's just not creepy when he hugs me. I don't know what that means.
I was going to say, I feel like
I
I don't
like
see you
him to
doing a
hug
lot of
me.
hugs, but I mean, whatever works.
And I don't have any dudes that I want to hug me. But Dave, I'm like, hey, Dave, give me a hug.
Except for
I'll hug you, Dave. Come here, Dave.
Yeah. It's genuine. It's real. It's
Yeah.
sincere.
He's just a little sensitive, so it works.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
don't feel like
Dave is the
comfortable.
best, but he is sensitive.
I don't. But I don't.
Dave's one of those that you got to tell you appreciate him. Like, he needs words of affirmation.
I'm just impressed that you know that that's a thing that you need to do for some people. Well done, Rich.
But
Just for Dave.
Just
but
for
it,
Dave. Okay, one
I
person.
don't feel like he wants to have sex with me when he hugs me. You know?
It's good that
Can
you
I say
feel
that?
and, you know,
It just feels normal. Like it's a nice hug.
Nice warm hug.
I'm sorry.
not like hugging a tree. Okay, that makes sense. Tasia's finishing her digital detox today.
Yeah. I'm almost there.
What does that mean? Finishing it.
Not a digital detox. I just took a week off.
I
I took a week off of Instagram and Facebook, and then also Twitter and TikTok because I don't have them.
Oh, I was like, you
That doesn't count.
It counts for me.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I'm off 4 social media platforms.
I am now. What month is it?
You've been doing it a long
October.
time.
Yeah, but
It's
somebody
October.
runs yours for you. It's a little different.
Yeah,
I'm like
there's still accountability in yours. What is this?
7
It's good though.
I don't check it though.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
But
Jen-
you know everything's getting like,
Yeah, Jennifer posts and she's like, "Hey, I need a caption for whatever picture," and I'm like, "All right."
It's good. But you still had to do it.
Yeah.
You still had to make the commitment.
But do you ever decide like you want to post a picture and you're like, hey, here's a picture?
No, in the beginning I did, and now I'm like, I completely forgot about it.
Did you take it off your phone? You don't
Yeah.
even have. Oh, right on.
Do you YouTube? Do
That's
you
awesome.
anything?
YouTube, I'll check our stuff. That's
Yeah.
it. And I watch Baby Shark a lot
Baby shark, doo, doo, doo,
on an
doo.
hour loop at all the time.
Yeah. I just like some of them. I feel like there's learning. Like that's why like I would be so sad to give up YouTube or podcast because I literally listen at least an hour a day to learn something.
I don't learn anything any day.
You don't? You
No,
just
I-
watch Baby Shark?
I probably waste time with podcasts if I'm being honest, because yeah,
What do you mean?
just I do too much of that. Like, I don't do social media really at all, but except for just to check it in the morning. But I do waste some time with podcasts.
You mean there's ones that don't give value to your life that are just like
Yeah, it's wasted time.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
like what?
Yep.
Just curious.
Some of Rogan's stuff is just goofy. You know, it's just not worth listening to, other than it's funny and makes me
Yeah.
laugh. And
That's worth it though.
Yeah.
some of that's worth it.
It's worth it to
What's
disconnect.
incredible? There was like a point in time where I was like listen to almost study his interactions with people because it's amazing that he can go 2 to 3 hours with people smoothly without question. But then, I mean, how do you guys feel about this? Do you think that's a personality type? Because there's never a rhyme or reason. It's just he literally just. I don't know if it's just a level of intelligence or something like that, or if he does research beforehand. But he can really seamlessly talk for hours.
I feel like he doesn't do any research beforehand ever, because he'll talk to people and be like, you don't know that about that, like some famous person. I listened to the Joe Jr. one, and there was some things he had no clue whatsoever, which is, I guess, is probably good, because then you actually have. I mean, then you just ask somebody about their life.
Yeah.
Like what he is good at, in my opinion, is he listens, and he doesn't try to be in arguments with people.
Right.
So there's a platform, and then he does ask thoughtful questions.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
And he'll let people talk for a long.
Yeah, that's one thing I may not agree with a lot. Some of the stuff that he says,
A bunch.
but he lets people talk, which I like, and that's what we don't right now in this.
he's
society, let
doing
people talk.
what we should be doing in our culture, which is crazy. You know, like, and then there's really thoughtful, good conversations with important people that are really good conversations to be in. And then the stupidest conversations on the planet with his friends who he's high with that are a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Literally a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Except for it's funny.
Yeah.
So you have the whole spectrum of
of
communicating with people. It's the largest, he talks to more people and reaches more people than anybody in the history of the planet.
So I heard that, and then I heard Howard Stern as well, and then I heard Rush Limbaugh. There's like those three are like the three, because
Right
Trump
there.
did that virtual rally the other day.
Okay.
Did you?
No.
We listened to part of it on the way to Charlotte. He dropped the F-bomb on there. Trump did. It's like, don't F with us. I think he was talking about Iran or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. On like radio, national radio. He's like, you don't F with us. And I was like, hell yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Man.
That's pretty incredible, though. Speaking of Dale Jr., his podcast came up on my
his
stream.
podcast is really good, actually.
Well, didn't listen to his, but I listened to him. Him on Danica's podcast came up, and I just happened to go through it.
Danica had a podcast.
She actually has huge names on her podcast. It's
Really?
crazy. And her interview with him, I was telling these guys the other day, I literally cried. It was one of like the most like his story and how open he is about talking about his relationship with his dad. Oh my! I was like,
It's
don't get,
it's on Rogan.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was-
basically for the first 30 years of his life, he said he felt like he was just worthless to his dad.
Man.
And
Up
like
until, like, a couple
letdown
months
up
before he
until,
died.
like a year before he died. Yeah. Then he said when he got into Cup Series, so the highest series in NASCAR, he said he felt like him and his dad started like bonding a little bit. He said only one time ever did his dad do any type of coaching. His dad's arguably one of the greatest race car drivers, NASCAR drivers in the history of the sport. And he never once coached his son. One time. He said one time at Bristol he coached his son. Did you listen to that Rogan
I
podcast
did.
with him?
Yeah.
It's
it was
good.
powerful.
But he was just like, man, he's like, that one time he helped so much. He's like, if he could have told me, he's like, I think though, he would probably have gotten to it. He just was so busy competing himself. I mean, and then he passed away. It's kind of crazy.
Did you hear it? I don't know if it came up when he was talking on Rogan, but how it came up on Danica's was he said the conversation was about like having conversations with people and like telling them how you feel about things or whatever. And he's like, something came up that he had to write how he felt, like the person he respected the most or mentored, like that he cared about or something.
I think it was about his concussions. They made him do a bunch of writing because he had a bunch of concussions and didn't really realize what was going on. And so this doctor that he had was making him write stuff. I think that's where
that would make sense. So long story short is he ended up having to he chose to write about his father and what his father meant to him. And he said he goes to bring it upstairs to like put it on his desk. And he's like, this is ridiculous. Like, I just need to go have him read this and be there. Cause no, he was going to go tell him. And he's like, there's no way I'll get my thoughts
so it
out.
was before that then.
You what?
It was before the concussions then.
Oh, okay. So he goes up there and he hands it to his dad to read in front of him. And like, he said it was like the greatest conversation they ever had. He didn't say anything. His dad paced around for a little while and he said he looks up and he was like, we don't ever tell each other how we feel and we haven't done a good job. And he said, I just want you to know how much this means to me and all of that. And then he's like, from that moment on, they had a different relationship and it was only for another, couple months of his life. But if he hadn't done that, he said he doesn't feel like he would have been able to get through this scenario and really understood his father. And I'm like, it gives me goosebumps just even like, because what are the chances,
There's a really funny story. I don't know if it was on Rogan or something else. Because I listened to Dale Jr. Download. That's probably one podcast I listened to. I grew up watching NASCAR. And so I enjoy just the history of this stuff when the guests that he has on. And Jr. does a really good job with it. But there's one where he's talking about, so His dad, like I said, is arguably one of the greatest NASCAR drivers ever. He owns a Busch Series team, so it's the step below Cup, what they call Cup. And he had this other guy driving it. Well, Dale basically never helped any of his kids get into racing. He didn't want to give them. He wanted to make them work for stuff. So Dale and his brother or half-brother, Kerry, would like share this late model car, and they would race it somewhere. And so Dale, they call it the deer head shop. So Dale Sr. was a big hunter. So there's just deer heads all over. And so Junior said he comes into the shop one morning. He won this race down wherever they were at. And he's like, Dale's like, was so-and-so not there? And he's like, actually, no, he wasn't.
Story too.
And so
He was mad.
he just always just like talking trash. Well then, so I guess the car that they ran in the Busch Series, the driver moved up to Cup the one year. I forgot who it was. And he's talking, Dale Sr.'s talking to his crew chief, which is his cousin, Tony Uri Sr., and he's like, who are we going to put in this car? He's like, let's put Junior in the car. He goes, why the hell would we put Junior in the car? Dale Jr. said in the off season, 2 weeks before the first race, he said he walked into the shop and he thought they were messing with him. He said his name was on the car above the door or above the window where they put the names. It said Dale Jr. He's like, who did this? Like, who's messing with me? He's like, you're in the car. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, they're putting you in the car. He's like, when were they going to tell me? And so it's just crazy to think, you know, like
It is.
And then he did awesome, and then won 2 championships in Busch the first 2 years, and then went to Cup and did really well. But
He's going into the Hall of Fame now too. They were saying.
yeah, he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
But
A little early, I think. Personally, there were some names that should have went ahead of him. I think, he was a good driver, not an incredible driver. Definitely Hall of Fame worthy, I guess. But there's some names that were on the list, I think, that are a little bit should have been sooner than him, because they're older and probably pass away before they ever get in the Hall of Fame. Which I don't know. He was super popular, I guess, especially after
after his
and
dad.
And I guess what he did kind of for the sport, like kind of transcend the sport and help the sport and kind of carry it. I mean, it has kind of went down since Dale Sr. died and some other stuff that NASCAR's done. But
I'm not into it like you are.
Yeah,
but I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just didn't grow up with it like you did. And Junior, for somebody like me, kind of on the outside, makes it really relevant.
Yeah, and he can kind of explain. And it's cool. Like I said, Dale Jr. Download's definitely a good resource. Yeah. You don't really appreciate we went and rode go-karts this weekend, and Ricky, he's a good friend of ours. I would say he's a really good driver. He's just never been in really good equipment. But we were out on that go-kart track, and it's just, you can tell a difference. Like, it's like me working out with somebody that does it, once in a while, versus like, granted it was super wet and raining, but I mean, the way he drives was running off and leaving the rest of us. I think he was per lap like 3 or 4 seconds faster.
Wow. That would actually be really cool to see in that environment.
I think we've got some pretty cool footage of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was fun, but yeah, you just don't think about it. You're like, I mean, how hard is it to drive a car in a circle or whatever? And you're like, it's actually, if you're really good at it, it's a big difference.
Wow.
I believe it.
That's a testament to small details, though, like in anything that we do, like the difference in
milliseconds.
Yeah.
Well, for Junior to like stand on his own after his dad died, and then to be successful, and then to be who he is a pretty big testament to be your own guy. Yep. And get out of your dad's shadow.
That was the hard part. Was like, I think for him in the beginning was, everybody wanted him to be his dad.
Yeah.
He's not his dad.
Yeah. Think about how hard it would be later in life for Trice. To live up to you if he decided to CrossFit.
But I wouldn't want him to do that.
Man, how hard would that be? How many times you got to win to kind of compete with your dad? It has to be hard.
Why you're like, hey, pick the other sport where I can still coach you and help, but like something just a little bit, different. But I think that's a cool thing, like with the Dale Jr. thing, just in general with podcasts and things, is like they were talking about like, they do media all the time and they always have the same conversations over and over again. But it's so crazy to see, and we've all seen it too, like in higher level athletes or professionals where you have this image of them. Like I would have thought like he would have had a healthy ego. You know what I mean? Not like saying like, just on the surface, his sport, what he's doing, I would say, man, I bet that guy has like a healthy,
confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
He does not.
He's sitting there and they're talking about the Hall of Fame and stuff, and it's like the guy never raced no, not, I don't mean this negatively, but he was so humble. He's like, well, I mean, yeah, I won some races and, I was like pretty good, but, and I'm like thinking this is like someone who's like a Hall of Famer. And I just wonder, like, as we look at other athletes, I feel like a lot of times we have perceptions of people that have this tremendous success, and a lot of them think differently than maybe we would have thought. I don't know.
Everybody's story is different, but you can't overestimate the power of a father in all of our lives, the lack of or having one, and what we have to the adjustment we have to make in our lives. If we don't have one, and then if we have one that parents too hard and too much, or in my case, who just didn't really show up.
Right.
I'd say that goes for both ways for both parents, to be honest. Like, it can be a father or a mother regardless,
I'm specifically, I think you're right, and I think each one of those parents have a specific role, but in a man's heart, affirmation from his father is
huge.
Well, I'm just saying, from my perspective, it's way more important than what my mom did in my life, although my mom was there for me. So I had to fight for everything in my life, specifically because my dad didn't know how to affirm me that way. Yeah. And that's just this idea of being enough and being okay. And that's why I love you and Trice. Yeah. It makes me super happy because Trice shows up at 2 or 3. How old is Trice? 3. He walks into the building like,
hey, Dad.
Like this is his.
Yeah.
That's literally, and if you listen to him, this is what he says. This is my dad's. But what he means is this is mine. That's what he means. Yeah. And it cracks me up because that boy's never going to have that hole in his heart.
Right.
Matter of fact, you'll have to hold him back a little bit.
Right.
Which is cool.
Yeah. That's
what you want.
That's basically how I was raised by both my parents. But yeah. I mean, my dad never once. I mean, I wouldn't say he was easy on me by any means. I had a lot of long leash, kind of, hey, you'll learn, and definitely reprimanded it. It was like we always talk. There's bumpers, It's like, hey, you get too far over here, we're gonna push you back this way. It kind of. So both of my parents actually, and so they both. That's basically how I try to do it. Not too much of probably sometimes a little bit too long of a leash, but gotta learn,
But it's interesting to hear, like...
Tasia freaks out.
She's like...
Travis, what do you got there?
Oh, a screwdriver?
A knife.
Does not carry a knife around. It was a screwdriver.
He always tells me he has a knife. I'm like...
I got a knife in my pocket. And he'll say, let me see. And he'll go...
Yeah.
I like how he takes lately I feel like he's been taking a sheath off of it.
Yeah. And then
the other day he just kept going... Yeah, and I was like, all right, cool.
We were at dinner with Hill, and Trice going, I got a big knife, kept going. Yep. 30 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds like Trice.
Hey, Tasia, guess what?
I got a big knife.
Yeah, big knife. And then he was cutting his arm off, and I was like,
maybe we don't stop. Stop sawing.
You want your arm? Keep it.
Oh.
How was the whole driving thing this weekend? You went to Charlotte?
We went to Charlotte. We went to the Roval this weekend. It was fun. It's just so crazy. I mean, like I said, we got to ride karts. It piss poured the rain, but it was fun. It's those karts they're pretty cool.
When you say kart, what does that mean?
Go-karts. They're similar to the karts that we have, but they've got way more bumpers and stuff like that for
a little more safety.
Yeah. But man, it was a ton of fun, but it was soaking wet. You could drive hard, but not too hard. There's like a balance between, you spin out and get super pissed. And we got to run about 4 or 5 10-minute races.
Nice.
And but like I said, so it started off kind of wet, started to dry out a little bit, and then the last race it piss poured rain while we were trying to run, and it was fun, but you're just crashing everywhere.
And when you say Ricky Stenhouse is a friend of yours.
Yeah, good friend of ours. We did some fitness on Friday, some fitness on Saturday morning, and then got to go to his domain and do some karts the next day. So it was kind of fun, a little crossover.
Yeah,
working out, and
it's crazy to think that.
Yes, I don't know if you watched the race at all yesterday, but he started dead last because of the week before he got wrecked. And so NASCAR, the way they're doing everything now, they kind of invert the top 20. There's like a formula they have on how qualifying, because they're not doing any qualifying, not doing any practice, no nothing. You just show up and you race. And so he dead last on the field and then got up to second, and then Bubba Wallace wrecked him. On a restart, and went all the way to the back again and made it all the way back up to 17th. So it was a good run, but frustrating.
Right on.
But it was cool. It's just weird to see, because I guess it's really the first post-COVID sporting event or anything that I've been to.
Were there a lot of people?
Yeah, were there allowed to be?
They only allowed, I think it was 6% I don't know where the
Six.
governor of North Carolina got that number, but 6%.
Oh, wow.
That's itty bitty.
And it was like 6,000 people, something like that. And Steve Swift, awesome dude, does Mayhem Athlete stuff. You've met him a couple of times. As engineer for the track, he got us into one of the like condos. And so we had a private condo
cool.
on turn one, right where they all stack up and wreck, and then the inner loop stuff. It was great, but it's just weird because I've been to a bunch of races growing up, and then a bunch now, like knowing Ricky, and so the stuff that they have to go through before they start a race used to. I mean, there's hundreds of people on pit road. They got all these like sponsorship things they got to do, all these meetings and like taking pictures right before they get into a race car.
Right.
And so now, we hung out with them, went to church yesterday morning, had a like early lunch, breakfast thing, and then he's like, well, race starts at 2:30. I got to be there probably around 2. Hop in the car at 2:20 and good to go.
That's crazy.
Versus like he used to get there at 9 a.m. Have to do all this, like sponsorship stuff, and then now it's just hop in, race a car.
Wow.
So
Does
they
he
have-
like that or?
do what? Yeah,
Does
he
he
says
like
it's
that?
awesome. Because
How many racers actually like pay attention to fitness? Are there guys that are really into it,
a
or
lot more that are getting into it. I think
or drivers? What do
he
you call them?
says. He says I think his heart rate averages for the whole race like 120, 130,
Wow.
something like that. I
Wow.
mean,
Seated.
The level of focus,
seated
though,
and
has to
focus, and you're just by the end of it, I'm sure you're burnt out.
Oh yeah.
be. You're probably burning a ton of calories. It's like we said about chess that one day. Like I bet
It's
there's
hot,
a.
because there's not a
Yeah.
ton of there's no AC, and the more if you want to run like a fan to your helmet, it takes some power away from the car, and crew chiefs don't even want you to take power away from the car, and there's all kinds of stuff.
Is he fit? I mean,
He's definitely no slouch. I mean, he's a lot of body weight stuff.
Yeah.
Not super strong, but he got a motor.
I don't know.
It was good. We did a little leg smasher Friday afternoon. It was wall balls, double unders, air squats, double unders, and he was good.
I don't know.
And then Saturday morning we did like a little 5-piece 8-minute AMRAP workout. He did 3 or 4 of them, and he was racing the next day. So I was like, maybe not try to kill yourself. But he has like a trainer that he works with. And
Okay.
they're big into heart rate and heart rate zones and stuff like that. So
Nice. When you guys were racing the go-karts, how fast did you get them?
we were probably going 40 or 50.
Wow.
The
pretty fast.
problem is it was like you couldn't get going super. So what happens is the asphalt's super slick, and so you race opposite of what you normally would. So you try to find the outside because all the where the rubber is laid down on the inside of the track with the water compounds and makes it super slick. So you try to shoot for the outside. Well, on these road courses or this GoPro Motorplex we went to, they have rumble strips and then concrete. So if you miss a turn, it slows you down before you hit a barrier. But what you do is just blast through the rumble strips, hit the concrete because there's more grip there, and then just hammer on that. And then awesome. you basically overshoot the corner on purpose. But these rumble strips are like 10 times deeper than the ones on the interstate. So
Your teeth chattering.
It hurt, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
What you do to win?
Scott's got there'll be some pretty good footage.
Did he get to get in the car?
No, he flew the drone and set up the GoPros and all that stuff. So it was fun.
How do
I
those
can't
cars
wait to see
compare to
that.
your car? I mean, are they same?
They're 4 strokes, where ours are 2 strokes. Ours, the guys are like, we need to come back up here and bring our carts. I was like, no. Because here's the deal. So these are rental carts. You ever driven a rental car?
Right.
You give it hell. Yeah. And so these
Give it
carts,
hell.
you're not worrying about anything. 'Cause there's
Yeah.
like
Right.
these huge bumpers, so it's not like your Gatlinburg track where there's barriers holding you in. It's a true like road course, but they have those, those yellow or red and white bumper like on the inside of turns, where
Right.
like pop you up.
Right.
You'd be going through like a little chicane, which is like a quick little S, and you're just wham, 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 going to the next one, just sailing this thing. I mean, you're probably
gosh.
getting some air. It's because who
Can you
cares?
flip
Right.
it?
That's so
You
aggressive.
probably could. We weren't
Yeah, right?
going
I'm like-
necessarily fast enough, I guess. But it was funny. We drive a lot out here, so the 5 of us, all of us that went, have carts here. That were racing, except for Dad. Dad got out there with us too. And Dad,
Nice.
that's who I learned how to drive from, so he's good too. But there were some people out there that you're just like, as soon as we got going, just spin out for no reason. Because what happens there too is they have the cart set up to where it's both. If you hit the brakes, gas cuts off. Both it's a solid axle, and so the wheels just lock up and it spins you out. So it slows you down. And if you do go into a barrier, you go into it backwards. And so there's just, and it's wet. So as soon as you lock up, you're done.
Right.
And so it was chaos.
So there's other people out there besides you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
and it was dangerous for a little while. There was the best probably race we had was the last one, and it started to rain, so everybody kind of cleared out. And so it was just us, and it was good.
What do you think, like, what'd you learn from Ricky? I mean, what's he doing that you don't know to do, or is it just instincts?
So there's like a balance, like I said, between too fast and not fast enough. Like you're too careful because you're going too slow, and then too fast, you're like out of control. But you're trying to figure out like the braking zones and like, there was a couple times where he was in front and you're trying to keep up. So you're pushing a little too hard and then you're missing a mark, or, you're holding the brake just a touch too long instead of like, because some of the turns you'd kind of hit the brake to break it sideways a little bit to get you righted into the corner. But if you hit the brake too long, it's gone. And so you got to figure out that.
So he's got all that dialed in.
Yeah.
He's really.
Yeah. He's
so his reaction time is.
And knowing what to do is
knowing what to
automatic.
do is-
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's fun to watch somebody
cool
who's
watching
good at
professional.
something like that.
Yeah.
Just like.
It was cool. I would love to go out there on a dry day and have him like run 3/4 so we could actually watch and then,
That'd be
speed
cool.
it up each time we go and just see.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. So it's all, you have a chip in your car and you're getting timed per lap. And so every time you have 10 minutes to get as many laps as you can. And so every time you come up to the flag stand, there's a timer. And so you're trying to like get back and see what your time is, and you get back and, it ranks you based on what your time was and all that type of stuff. So it was fun.
It's kind of funny. Instead of train with Rich, it's race with Rick.
Race with Rick. There we go.
Race with-
Race with
That'd be
Rick.
Well, you guys have been friends a long
That would
time,
be
so
fun.
you're
Yeah.
probably not fanning out. But that's got to be cool to
Yeah,
be
heck yeah,
on
it's
the
cool.
course with a real
Yeah,
driver.
with a real
right?
driver. It's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, heck yeah. It's Ricky's a good dude, good friend of ours. But yeah, it's fun. It would, like I said, it'd be cool. We talked about going back when it's dry, trying to go back midweek when there's nobody there. And these guys were like, "Let's take our carts." I was like, "I ain't taking my cart." I
Yeah.
was like, "Cause I don't want to break stuff
Yeah.
and have to fix stuff." I said,
Yeah.
"I got a rental car,
Rental.
man,
Yeah.
and it's worth it."
Yeah, for sure.
So and Matt was like, "Man, I honestly thought we could like keep up." I was like, "Yeah, no, I tried
No,
to tell
I
you
wouldn't
weren't
have
going to keep
thought
up." Like, I mean, I think he was running. At one point, he ran an 85-second lap, and I was like an 89. So
Wow.
that was, and then there was a couple times he ran there was just the hard part was like every race you went, it was a different circumstance. Like because the water was changing so much, and you couldn't really get in a rhythm. And then like there was a couple times I think he ran an 84, and then I think Matt ran in. When it was super wet, he ran in like an 87 or 88. That one I spun out like I couldn't. Well, what sucks too is you'll have a really good lap going, and then you'll get to one of the later corners and you'll spin out. So it's a waste of a lap. So then you got to get back, and then or somebody spins in front of you and you lose time braking on them, and so it's fun, but it's frustrating too at the same time. You're like, man, what are you doing, like, idiot?
Did anyone run into each other?
All the time. I got
fine.
blasted. Like one time somebody spun out and it wasn't in our group, and I was coming and they tried to cut out in front of me because they just don't know.
Yeah.
And it hurt so bad because I mean, hit me hard. There was one time Matt and this other guy were racing back and forth, and I was probably about a half a straightaway behind. And I start catching up, and they're like one's passing back and forth. And then we go into this one turn, and I finally catch up to Matt, and he grabbed a little too much brake. I didn't think he was going to brake at that point, and I just plowed him. And so as like slow motion, he's just staring at me. You can see, just like, I hate you. And then Marlon, one time, there's just like one hairpin corner where you have to get way slowed down. Marlon just comes in and just blasts me from this, because I like was trying to get it to where I could come out of the corner a whole lot better, and Marlon just used me as his brake and just punted me out. I mean, yeah, I was not happy about that one.
So do you guys I'm trying to picture it. Your go-karts here, you're open up top, so you have helmets and glasses.
So we had a helmet
on.
and neck brace. So you had
Okay.
a visor, helmet. These are almost identical to our.
Okay.
The chassis and stuff are identical, but they put bumpers around the cart.
So you can
and then
hit
they
people.
have you're not supposed to hit people,
No.
but you can bump people.
You're not supposed to T-bone your
I've been in
friends for
bumper
speed,
cars
but-
before.
The correct term is rub people. But then they also have this like not a roll cage, but like a
Oh, so for
thing.
your
So
neck.
if you flipped.
So if you did flip, you
Yeah.
would not.
Well,
go
that's
and get your head.
comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. They were fast.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Do they have the things in the audience like at college football where it's pictures of people at NASCAR?
NASCAR? No, they did not.
Oh, okay.
No, like I said, we weren't either. We were in the stands, but we were not in the stand. Like in turn one, where what would be normal turn one of Charlotte, because like I said, they made it a road course, so it's usually just a tri-oval is what they call it. So when they come out of the dog leg now, it cuts into the infield, and they have some like couple extra turns, and then they come back out onto the track. We were right where they enter into the track and come out of the track, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty neat. I say that because my aunt, she sent something the other day that I guess at the Gator games, I don't know if they had to like pay
Ooh,
for
speaking
it as
about those
alumni.
Gators, what
I
happened
don't-
this weekend?
I'm not talking about it. It's like it never happened. Anyway, in the
Oh, it happened.
stadium,
But it did.
They have these cutouts. La la la. I can't hear you guys.
Just like taxes. Never mind. Keep going.
Death and taxes.
They have these giant cutouts of people, but they're people that like
Paid
usually
or,
sit
yeah.
there. So she sent us giant pictures. Like my one aunt was there, and then she was looking across the stadium, could literally see the cutout of her brother and my other aunt across the way. Like they're huge.
Wow, that's cool.
I know. I was
Yeah,
like,
I think
that's
you
cool.
can pay for them or something like
I
that.
want to be one of those.
I know.
cutouts.
One of the audience cutouts. I want to be a giant cutout. Why
Can
not?
can I pay to get in this picture somehow?
Get a cutout.
Can we do a little
Just insert me in that little blank
a little
spot.
picture of me? Just put it over like that guy
Frank's
right next
face
to
and
Greg
Tyler's
right there. No, the guy with the glasses and the shirt on his head. I want to put my face right there.
Spots.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that actually.
Yeah, there's Tyler. There's Charles up there.
Oh yeah, there's Tyler. I've never seen him.
Charles is right next to him behind the iPad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Who's the guy using an iPad for pictures?
No kidding.
That's awesome.
Is that Jim?
That's me.
Were you
I
there
think
tonight?
I must have been there. Using my technology.
I love Greg's. Might be my favorite. He's just like
JJ right behind Greg.
Oh,
Oh yeah, look at him.
I've
He's
never
just
noticed that.
Oh, I never
fired
noticed
up.
that was JJ.
Yeah.
Who's
Oh,
the
those are
who's?
fun.
Do you know the girl right behind your sister with the hat
No,
on?
I don't know who that is.
Man, how's no one come out and claimed their spots on this wall?
This is cool.
Jeez.
I always thought that was Freddie with the glasses and the
Yeah,
shirt on his
Nope,
head,
Nope.
but it's
Nope,
not.
Freddie.
A Freddie doppelganger.
Oh gosh.
Ben.
Ben,
Back again.
Ben,
so
you want
funny.
to tell us about Fran Mile real quick in case anyone in the world wants to try that horrific event?
Tell a friend.
The what?
What are we at?
What did you
33
say?
minutes.
The Fran Mile.
Ben.
The Fran
got
Mile.
second at a local CrossFit competition.
Clam claps.
Congratulations. Okay.
Thanks,
So
guys.
it was like you and one other guy or something?
Oh,
yeah, it's just two of us.
so Ben is sneaky fit.
I know he is. No, legitimately, the dude can get
On my
after
He's strong.
it. He is.
on my athlete bio for the on throwdowns.com, I put the most fit, unfit guy, the most fit, unfit looking guy you'll ever meet. I feel like that was suiting.
Nice.
And then Zach, I think his name is Zach Quall. He's the guy who put on the competition. He put in his on his stories that like each person, like top 5, I think he like gave a little description thing. He said, at Ben K. Davidson gave me Pat Vellner vibes with his
Nice.
composed and steady way of competing or something. I was like, okay, nothing
awesome.
about the red hair,
Or just the red hair.
yeah, and the looking unfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you want to
That
brief
was
us?
fun,
a
though.
Give
little?
us a rundown of each
Yeah.
event, Ben.
Well,
What was event 1?
This was event
this
1.
all in one day?
yeah. Dude, yeah, it was really bad actually. That workout right there, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 calorie assault bike. Actually, yeah, it was assault bike first, then row, 100 double unders after each. And
50 cal
yeah.
bike.
That was gross.
yeah,
50 cal row.
Yeah.
100 double unders.
Yeah, and then 40, 40, 100.
Gosh. What
Yeah.
did that take? Like 30 minutes?
Yeah,
It
that
was
sounds
30-minute
terrible.
cap. It was 30-minute cap, and the guy who won in the first heat got like 22, or he might have got 21 something, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm beating that. And then, actually, the guy who took first in the qualifier was like not next to me, but he's the same heat as me, and I was like, man, this guy's gonna smash us, and he took last in our heat.
Imagine
Wow.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, an online qualifier not do so well?
yeah. Ended up getting like 22, or I got 23 something.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he got like 26 or 27.
That looks like a terrible workout.
That was really bad, dude. Those the last
Oh,
double.
100 double unders every time, too. Huh?
Yeah.
I thought the
Jeez.
doublers went down.
400s and the 500s, like that was like the hardest. Or the 4th set and the 5th set was like the hardest for sure. And I was cramping. I was cramping everywhere. Same thing on the Fran mile. That was the last workout.
So do you
That
do
was the
Fran
last
and then run them
workout?
out?
That was the last workout of the day.
Is
yeah.
it just
It was
that?
Saturday, Sunday, or just Sunday?
It was just Sunday.
What was event 2? What was your place in that event? The first event.
I don't know what. I think it was like in my heat. It was 3rd. I think it was 4th overall.
Nice.
Yeah. And then second event was the max snatch. And it was pretty cool. They turned off all the gym lights and they put spotlights on like the barbell.
Nice.
But it was like colored spotlights. So it was like,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. And you like tell them a weight and you have 3 minutes or 3 attempts at whatever weights you tell them. And I opened up 255 and then 265, missed 275. And then I was like, yeah, I think that's good. Like that's going to get it. And then, yeah, that guy went up, or that guy who, he got second place on they did you by like where you placed on the first workout for the snatch. Like I was 4th overall, so I went 6th on the bar.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And anyways, that guy, 2 guys after me, he got 285. The guy who won it. Yeah. He's very fit. And third event was at 12.96, burpee box skid over, legless rope climb, 3, 2, 1.
Did you
How'd
tell
you go
Rich
that
what
one?
the time was of the winner?
Yeah. The winner got 217.
On what was it? 3?
12.96, burpee box skid over, 3, 2, 1 legless, 12-foot ropes. Actually, it was
Like,
to the
isn't-
rafters. I think they made it from 12 to like 13 or 14.
Burpee box get
Like-
overs?
I know
Yeah.
that's
That takes forever.
12 takes me like a minute.
I know. I know. I got 247.
And
I thought that
that's
was pretty
fast.
good.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I got 217 though, but it was like,
You just jump over the
oh,
box.
and so I didn't know. So our car's on cookable time, so we're an hour behind.
Oh dear.
And Tabitha was like, how long till your next event? I was like, oh, we got 2.5 hours. I was like, let's go get some food and like hang out. And then I was like, well, I want to eat 2 perfect bars. So I ate 2 perfect bars and then we started driving away and I was like, wait a minute, maybe it's,
This is such a metaphor for your life.
I know. I was like, maybe it's 10:35. I was like,
Yeah.
to detail, Ben.
I was like, I feel like 2.5 hours is too long. And so she's like, well, let me check. So she checked the heat schedule. Of course, I don't have my phone, so like I don't ever know what's going on right now. And she got her phone out and she was like, yeah, you go in like 7 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay. So, and luckily we had just drove to get some pizza for Rowan. And so turned back around and ran there, no warm up. And my head, I feel like it was going to pop off in that workout. Like the heart rate just hit me so hard.
gosh.
Oh man, it was bad. But I think I took 3rd in that one. Maybe. I don't really remember actually. And then the 4th and 5th it was like one workout. It's kind of like that rest 5 kind of thing. But it was technically rest 3, but.
Was it?
It's 12.96 muscle ups, 36, 24, 18 pistol.
handstand walk?
Oh yeah, handstand walk. Sorry. So 25-foot handstand walk the first round, 50-foot handstand walk, and then 75-foot handstand walk. Yeah, I got like 7 minutes, and that was like 6th overall. That was my worst finish. And then at 10 minutes, it was a 10-minute cap, and then you rest 3, and then it goes 40 cal ski, 20 sandbag over shoulder, 160-pound bag. And it was like those long
There's a
sandbags.
lot of pulling in this.
Yeah,
say.
but like I made up a lot of ground on that one.
It's a lot
luckily.
of volume for one
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's all fast stuff, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatively fast. What, baby?
I was actually pretty happy with how the ski one went out because the guy who was winning, he got his name's Kerry Blanton. He's extremely fit. On the skier, he was ripping the skier, golf skier, like
Yeah.
30, 45 seconds before I did. And then on sandbag cleans, like I was only like 3 behind him, I think, when he finished. So I was pretty happy with that.
And then you had another workout.
And then Fran Mile, yeah. And that was the worst workout I've ever done in my entire life.
What'd you do on Fran? How long?
Okay, so I was gonna go like 4 minutes on Fran and then try to hit like a 6-minute mile, and then.
You did a 3 minute.
But the way the way the points like broke down, 3rd place was 2 points behind me, and I was like, well, if I got last and he got like 2nd, he would win, and it was like if he got 3rd, we would tie, and the tiebreaker, I don't think it went by like your finishes, but
Should've been your
it was
best
by
finish.
Fran,
Oh, ooh.
so I had to beat him on Fran at least.
Gosh.
Because
So
I
you had
figured-
to like sell out.
Yeah, so I did I think it was right at 3-minute Fran.
Would you run your mile in?
Like 8 minutes. It's like I think I finished like 11:20 or something.
So what place did you come off in Fran then?
3rd.
Okay, nice.
And what
Ahead of
place
him?
the
Two
mile?
guys sent it. I mean, they hit like a 2:30 Fran, and somehow they still managed to hit like a 7 or 8 minute mile.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Ugh.
cool. It was a fun event though. They did a good job putting it on.
Where was
Been
it
a-
at?
It was in Knoxville.
I know
It's
it.
called the Big Orange Brawl. Zach Wall, I guess he owns CrossFit Courageous. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's cool.
Is Chase there?
No, he wasn't there. Actually, didn't know anybody there. Actually, no, I take that back. There was one guy. His name was Trent. I can't think of his last name, but he went to a train with Rich once. He's a little shorter. He's like very jacked. Anyways,
I feel like I know exactly. I remember him. Yeah.
yeah, like when I snatched and I hit the first lift, he was like, "All right, man, let's go." And I was like, "Wait," I was like, "Who's cheering me on?" I turned around. I was like, "Trent." He was like, "Hey, man, I drove out here to watch you." And I was like, "Oh, thanks."
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think there was another team there he knew too. But yeah, that was really cool. He drove all the way out there just to watch us.
How are you feeling today? Are you sore?
No, actually, I feel pretty good. My hips hurt.
Wow.
But yeah.
Anybody
Hips.
from here else compete?
The Emma, she cleans here. I don't know her last name either, but she did it with a team.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't know who was on our team, but I know she did it. And no, I mean, there's nobody else there. I was actually kind of surprised. Oh wait, TJ Carver's girlfriend did it the day before. She was a skilled, I think.
got you.
She did it.
It was on Sunday, huh?
Yeah, mine was on. They split it up, I guess, because COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's like an online qualifier, and then Saturday was the skilled team, skilled individual.
How many athletes were there?
There's 10 men, 10 women, and then 5 teams maybe, or 10 teams. I don't really know.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, Bo Ferris, is that his name? I think from Knoxville. He goes to Chase's gym. He did
Oh,
it. Yeah, on
nice.
team.
Nice.
Yeah, they were crossing One Valley, so maybe Chase sponsored him or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good event. We were gonna stay the night Saturday, but we like went out to eat, and it was like $50, and I was like, man. And at this point, it's like 9:00 at night. And I was like, we could drive there tonight, and then like get a hotel room. I was like, but we could just stay here and then wake up 4 a.m. and go. So that's what we did. But actually, Rowan woke up at 1 a.m. And so her and Tabitha both had been up since 1 o'clock.
Oh gosh, that's a long day.
Yeah, and Rowan she was horrible last night, like horrible. It's the worst I've ever seen her.
Oh no.
Happens, man.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, it was like the one time I need you to sleep like 8 hours in a night. Like you wake up at 1 o'clock.
Wait, you don't wear your Whoop anymore though, right?
No.
Just because of the
Give
charger.
up on it, huh?
Well, I lost that charger again, and like
Again?
yeah.
Again.
So yeah, actually, Ellie, I think I lost it at your house. It might
Oh.
be somewhere at your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look for it.
It might be in the
Lori's
garage.
got an extra one. I have an extra one.
Yeah, I just I could just like borrow yours for like an hour.
Yeah.
I just haven't.
Did
And I mean, apart from the sleep, like that's the only thing I like seeing. Really, the sleep I get.
you make $500?
$250.
No, $250.
Yeah, first place was 1,000. Second was $250. Third was $150.
What are you gonna do with your winnings?
We're gonna buy 2 tires for our car
Nice.
because we need 2 tires.
Solid.
We couldn't go above 60 because we start like hydroplaning. That's how bad we need tires.
Why not? It's a good place to put
Yeah.
the money.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a good investment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's so too.
Is that your first individual competition?
No, I did that I did one Nashville last year. I won it, but it was RX. And there was like an elite and RX division.
You went RX, huh?
Yeah.
Sold yourself short. I guess.
So now I have to do all elite if I go back. Well, I think I had contacted him like last minute. And he said that there was only a spot left in RX. I was like, yeah, put me in there.
Details.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We're proud
Good
of
job,
you.
Nice,
Ben.
nice work.
Job, Ben.
Yeah. It was fun.
Outstanding.
It's a lot of fitness in one day.
Yeah, it
There's a lot
was.
of
It's
fitness.
like the most fitness I've done in probably a week and a half in terms of volume.
What do you think he's capable of if he just trained? And I'm not. You got a family and you got to all do all those things, but if he just trained,
He just
ate
trained.
right, trained.
Yeah, I think he'd be fit. I mean, fitter. He's already fit, but he's an
Sky's the
athlete.
limit.
He's an athlete.
Yeah.
Well, like as much as I wear it now, I just don't understand how you guys stay healthy. I mean, yeah, it's relative because like your back's hurt.
I'm not healthy.
Yeah.
This is health.
Like as it is, like my shoulder hurts, and like I have like this disc thing that comes and goes. Like
I can't feel my toes some
I was gonna
days.
say-
You know?
really,
You just mean pain tolerance, Ben.
I got
yeah.
this thing in my hip. My toes go numb. I
feel
think
my
that's good,
toes.
right?
Oh,
I thought I had
dear.
rhabdo this morning because I woke up, my eyes were like all puffy, my face was red, and my back
Yeah.
was like,
What?
like,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
my back was feeling
Did it
weird.
go
He's just
away?
fair complected.
Yeah, I mean like it's already like that, but I mean my eyes were like really puffy this
Did
morning,
you eat a
red,
lot
my
of
eyes were
salt?
bloodshot.
Yeah.
At
Huh?
night, did you eat a lot of salt after the competition?
Were you hungover?
No,
Did you have a beer?
That's what I was getting ready to
Did you
say.
have a beer? Whiskey?
had nothing. No.
That's what happens to me after
Actually-
I drink tequila.
You're a little buffy.
I'll tell you
Actually-
what, if I stay up past 11 o'clock, I feel hungover the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It messes
Agreed.
me up. You know, that's one thing about the Whoop. So, not to derail you, but so all last week I'm at like 30 or 40% every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And of recovery. We go to Ricky's house. We took Bob's camper. Bob's awesome. Well, we get there, and Ricky's like, "You guys can stay in the house." I was like, "Nah, I feel bad invading your house." So we stayed out. The camper was out because he has hookups for an RV, power hookup. right next to, for his bus that he uses when he usually goes to tracks, right next to the gym. Well, I'm like, there was 8 of us in Bob's camper. We didn't
8?
We didn't plan on sleeping. Like we planned on 4 sleeping in the camper, 4 sleeping in the tent. But Ricky had the gym. He had that like thick red Rogue mat. And I was like, I'll just sleep on that. It's the worst night of sleep of my life. I woke up the next morning, worst night of sleep of my life. I'm telling you, it was terrible. It was cold because we turned on the fan in the gym.
Horrible.
And it was like, this fan, somehow it would, like the wind was blowing so hard it would blow under the blanket and like lift the blanket up. And I was just like all night, I was just trying to, for some reason I wouldn't get up and turn the fan down. I hate that.
Why would you do that?
Makes too much damn sense.
Yeah.
And so at one point, like I'm sleeping on my sleeping bag with a blanket. Well, I get up to pee, and instead of turning down the fan, because that would be the smart thing to do, I just put my blanket down and cover up with my sleeping bag. Oh. It was still terrible. Awful. Wake up, you know what my recovery was? 89%.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Whoop.
It's like,
Yeah, I know.
What are we doing here?
I felt like garbage.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know.
That's frustrating.
Especially if you know you weren't sleeping.
There was a couple nights that week, like last week, kids went to bed at 8.
Yeah.
Trice was sick the one night, so he went to bed super early, and he's the one that usually like keeps us up or stays up late. Sleep at 8. I went to sleep at 8:30. Didn't wake up till 7:30. Like good sleep, and I'd wake up 33%. I'm like, what?
You gotta just
And then
sleep
I have
on road
I have
mats.
6. It said 6 hours of sleep, 6:05 or something like that. 89% recovery. I was like, come on, man.
I have these same questions.
Yeah.
I do.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense sometimes when I read it.
No, no.
The great Whoop
And
in
then
the sky.
we were riding carts, and my day strain went from, it was like a 14 or something from what we did that morning. It jumped to like a 19
Oh
after
my
riding
gosh.
the go-karts. And I'm not sure if it was thinking my heart rate was me riding over those rumble strips.
Probably.
Seriously though.
Oh, geez.
Either that or my heart rate did get that high, but it was
Yeah.
like, it had me a couple times at like 170, 180, which
Driving?
yeah.
Dang.
But I didn't feel like that. You know? I don't know if it was like,
Yeah.
it's just feeling the like,
maybe.
Just the intensity, the adrenaline, and
yeah,
the
I don't know.
intensity.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another reason I've been like too worried about like getting it charged back up and going.
Yeah.
Because kind of inconsistent. Like there's one day, like 2 weeks ago, I worked out a lot, like in a day, and then I think my strain was like 12 or something, and then the next day, I finished laying floor in a room, and I had worked out once that day. Like my strain was like at 11 or 12, and then laying the floor. At the end of the day, my strain was at 16 from laying floor in the house.
Jeez.
I was like,
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the sleep thing. So we had girls' night Friday while you guys were gone. And obviously I'm upstairs. Go to sleep. I'm like, oh, I'm going to sleep in. I'm not going to have to drive in the morning. I hear the upstairs door, Rich, creak. And it's early. And then I hear little whispers. And then one's like, she did. And then I wake up to Trice's face right here. He's like, Elly! And I'm like, oh my gosh. And all of a sudden,
That's my morning.
all 3 of them were jumping on my bed at 6 in the morning. And they're like, I was like, can I just sleep for like 10 more minutes? And Lakeland goes, 1, 2, and she counts to 10. She's like, you ready? And I was like, I'm not fighting
every
this.
morning of my life.
So they just
The
jumped on
best
bed
is
for
like
about 2 hours.
I got home at 10:30 and everybody was asleep, and so I hear them get up, and because I sleep on my mattress on the floor, and I hear Trice talking to Hillary or doing whatever, and I was like, Trice, lay back down. He goes, that's my dad.
You're like, yes.
Yes, leave me alone. And he comes down there, Dad. It's awesome, but you're just like, he's like, oh, that's my dad.
She's here.
It's so funny. They're so, like, it's crazy how much more talkative they are at that time of morning.
Yeah.
Like, full conversations. Like, throughout the day, they'll, like, fly by and, like, say a couple. No, they were all 3, like,
Yep, they
just
want
Indian
a party.
style, ready to have a conversation and jump up and down. I was like, okay.
They want
it's
a
fine.
party.
Man.
Tell me what you know.
Party animals.
Well, one thing I did discover at Girls' Night was America's Funny Home Videos is funny.
Oh my gosh,
I
we
haven't
laughed so
that.
hard.
We watched like 5 episodes.
Lakeland loves America's Funniest Home
At first,
Videos.
I was like, because I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Right,
when
so
who was
funny.
it? Bob Saget.
Bob
he?
Saget, yeah.
Did it. And
now
the guy
it's-
from
Now it's Carlton from.
yeah, he does it now. And I was like, oh, I'll like watch and see.
Yeah.
Then I caught myself just laughing. It's so good.
Lakeland loves
Some
that
of
show.
them were so funny. I like the animal ones.
Yeah,
They
so I've
were-
decided we're actually going to do, so you know that thing where they'd hold up the blanket for the dog? And then
Oh,
they show
yes.
it? We're going to try and do that with Thor and see if he
Here
cares.
he comes in.
Even though most of the time, the funny part was people just running into walls. So I need to avoid that.
They just drop it, just wham!
All right?
Remember how I told you I wasn't drinking this month?
Yeah.
I got guilted into it.
Guilted into it.
I went to Papa Dave's last night.
Oh, peer pressure is the hell.
Seriously, he's like, can I get you a drink? I'm like, no, I'm not drinking. He's like, and I got him some of that whiskey, that Colorado whiskey.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I might be dead next time. You
Oh
know?
my
Like
gosh,
we're supposed
yeah,
to come
okay.
over. Like I'm 82. Like it's just gonna go to waste.
Yeah, you're
All right,
drinking
man.
then. In that case, you don't.
Is that why you didn't show up to the gym this morning? Barn this morning?
No, I was actually working, trying to get my taxes finished. But then I had a ton of water this morning because I panic now because of rhabdo in your kidneys after
You
you've.
definitely don't want to do that.
Whew. So, anyways, whatever. Continue.
So there.
Sorry.
Is that cookies and cream?
Yes.
You like root beer floats?
Yes.
You need to try the root beer float one.
They made
I didn't
it
know there
already?
was a root beer
It's so
float one.
good.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I adapted that one at the house
Yeah.
in my own
So
laboratory.
how do you do it?
Is it regular
do
root beer?
tell.
We have a diet option and a regular option, but you can't really tell the difference.
No.
But I took
Zevia
it.
makes a root beer.
It's gross. A&W. A&W or actually
Chems.
Virgil's has a good one. That's one with like monk fruit or stevia or something. It's not bad, but A&W is the best.
Yeah.
So I just took because post workout you need carbs.
Yeah.
So I took it was like those small cans I have, a couple of those. I was like, I'm just gonna try this. So put 2 of the small cans in there because it's like 50 grams of carbs or something like that. And then a little bit of splash of almond milk just to get it up to the right, and then 2 scoops of protein. And it's, you know how when you get a root beer float, you drink it too fast and so all the root beer's gone and you just eat ice cream?
Yeah.
This is like perfect because it's all mixed through. I'm telling you. It's have Chris make you one.
All right.
It's legit.
Is it on the menu or is it just
Yes.
a? Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
It's
Rich's
good.
secret menu items. Ooh, that'd be fun to
like
know
it.
the secret menu.
I can't wait.
It's really good.
The shakes are so good. When's the food coming?
November 1st.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's so soon.
Yep. So then we'll be able to eat.
Oh my gosh, that's so
You can
exciting.
get anything in the coffee shop now.
Yeah, right.
Almost.
Yes.
The lunch
Except, well, they have a chocolate fountain.
Ooh, I think after my chocolate fountain experience, I need a break from it. So.
I mean,
I
I've
think
had
we're
enough
gonna
days.
go to Trevor's on Wednesday and taste some coffee to get our own roast. Because right now we use Mahalo stuff
Yeah.
for Buffalo Brew. I think we're gonna adapt our own.
Cool.
That
right
sounds fun. That's
Do
awesome.
you have any notes in mind?
No notes. I just like I like a Guatemalan is usually pretty good, and then some type of like Yirgacheffe or African usually
What
has a little
word
bit
did
more.
you say before African?
Yirgacheffe.
What's a Yirgacheffe?
It's a type of coffee or a region of coffee.
Yirgacheffe.
We're talking about blends here.
No, not blends.
What are we talking
Origins.
about?
Origins.
I'm
Okay,
gonna look that
origins.
up.
So Guatemalan's a little bit more smooth. African's a little bit more, I guess, fruity or florally. I guess.
I really like African bean.
Yeah.
My
That's
favorite.
Yirgacheffe is a town in Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
How do you spell it?
Yirga.
Okay, yep, I was off.
Cheffe.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, that sounds way cooler now.
Yeah, it's a little bit more fruity.
So when we have that?
I don't know. Like I said, we're gonna go taste some stuff at Mahalo on Wednesday, so we can start bagging our own stuff.
I wonder how you cleanse your palate between tasting coffee, because usually you like sniff coffee beans to like clear
Soda water.
things like
Soda
soda water?
Yep.
Topo Chico.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
I'm done.
Consumer Reports. Absolutely not.
I
You
drink
can't.
one Topo
No,
Chico
no,
every
no.
3 weeks.
I
I'm drinking
draw
it.
the line.
I don't care.
You know how many?
You don't run my life.
You know how many carcinogens are in that?
I love carcinogens.
Rich,
Give them
you,
all to
you
me.
know, I need
I'm gonna
to
drink
stop you.
5 bottles of Topo
I'm gonna
Chico
shatter
and dump
every box of Topo Chico I
100
find near you.
plastic straws in
no,
the ocean,
absolutely not.
and then chuck the bottles in the ocean too. Just
you
for you.
can't. You have to
And
stop.
then-
We'll bring in some pure red dye 40 for you to drink.
Do it.
No.
I'll mix it with the Topo Chico.
You know. There you go.
I'll take Mountain Dew, Code Red Mountain
Topo-
Dew,
that'd
and
probably be
mix
good.
it. Oh, it'd be delicious.
Oh my
Code Red is amazing.
I know, it just
Did you
great.
taste it?
No.
I've tried
It's
Code Red.
so good.
There's
Yeah,
a 2
Jim.
liter out there.
Have I had Code Red?
Have you had it yet?
I have not.
What?
Oh, Jim, get
There's
there's
2
some out here.
liters
Get
out
a
there.
cup.
No, it's
Where?
right there.
Yes. I'll
Okay.
take a
Don't,
glass.
Jim, don't. That's
got
gonna
some
take a year off.
It's not going to take.
It'll
It's
take a
gonna
year off
take
my
a
life?
year.
It might take 5 minutes.
Okay, no, it's gonna give you. It gives you
I don't know, dude. It might be
Alzheimer's, silver,
dangerous. This might be the end of you. Like,
silver.
I'm already on the.
Jim.
Is it gone?
dude, like,
You don't see a bag with my name on it?
good.
Hawaiian Punch.
Uh,
Does have plenty of Red 40.
I
It's
am.
all right. I've got
Not
two
enough.
2 liters at my house. I'll bring you one.
Okay, I'll try it.
No, you can have the 2
He's going to
liter.
take a sip like this.
No.
He won't remember his name after that.
Jim, do you want to live or do you want to
No.
Don't live in
be? Are you
fear,
gonna be a
Jim.
sheep?
I'm on the I'm on the back 9. I just don't know which hole I'm
You
on.
might as well enjoy.
Okay, can I just
Right.
tell you about
Yeah.
Topo Chico?
Oh, I'll
you
try
need
it.
to understand.
Don't
Yeah, I
No,
know.
you need to
care.
understand.
What's up with
Okay.
Topo Chico?
You
So-
need to understand. I don't care.
I don't want you to die.
Don't care.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell Ben the story because he wants to hear.
Don't care.
La la
So-
la la la.
I'm serious. Okay, so for instance, in like a San
Doesn't that
Pellegrino,
have some stuff in it? That's bad.
this can give you kidney stones if you drink too much of it because of the.
I'd rather not
baking soda.
remember than have kidney stones.
No, but it also buffers
and not remember that I have kidney stones.
Pellegrino buffers lactic acid because it has a baking soda something in it that like Perrier and the other ones don't have. So if you're gonna drink carbonated water, you should drink
Sodium
Pellegrino.
bicarbonate.
So about these bottles. So they've done all these tests and there are trace amounts of this certain, I can't remember the name of the chemical, it's in my magazine behind me.
I thought it was like arsenic.
Arsenic.
Who did the? I want to know who did the research.
That's true.
That's what I want to know.
You
Is
just,
it
Who
from this
sponsored-
magazine?
just calm down, hold on.
Who sponsored the research? That's what you got to look at in
That
all
is
this
It's
crap.
Consumer Reports.
That's what happened with
Who are they
CrossFit and
trying-
NSCA.
Who's Consumer?
I don't know.
This is actually an excellent Consumer Reports. There's one. They're saying about microwaves.
Does
leaf
Consumer
blowers.
Reports
Ooh,
do the
the
study?
thing about yogurt? Do you want to? Oh, I
No.
learned so much about yogurt. It's cool.
Focus.
Sorry, safer drinking water.
Focus.
So the chemical is
I have something to say when you're done.
No, say it now.
Okay.
no.
I think my dad listens to this, so Dad, I love you. But it's like my dad is like pretty big into like being healthy, or he wants to be. Like he's all about taking like alternative like these multivitamin stuff, powders, and put them in his drinks. And he takes these Strauss Heart Drops because it's supposed to
That he needs to take iron.
keep you from having like a heart attack and all this stuff. But at the same time, like my dad smokes a pack and a half of cigarettes
yeah.
every day. You know, so it's like kind of the same thing. It's like no offense, Elly, but like you can try all you want to like not drink Topo Chico water, but like don't you cook in aluminum foil? Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's always something somewhere like that's gonna be worse than that you don't know you're doing. Like, I'm not like trying to burn you. I'm just saying like.
Wait a second, because first of all, I limit.
And don't you text and drive?
That's way This is not a Boo roasted episode.
And
Calm down.
don't you drink cheap boxed wine?
Oh my goodness.
That leaches into the wine.
Hold on, I have rebuttals for everything, and then I'll get to this point. Number one, I limit my aluminum foil because when we did that stupid pee blood test, I did have heavy metals in my blood.
Okay.
There is this
It could
substance.
have been from Topo Chico.
It probably was when I was drinking all the stupid Topo. Exactly.
Or San Pellegrino.
No, that one. I think that one's okay. Maybe. Anyway, so
She's not even sure.
There's this doctor.
Let me see this.
This
Would you just
fine,
keep
yeah. Find the chemical thing. But this is the look at the bottom part right there. Anyway, so there's this doctor that does all the gut health stuff, longevity, immunity, everything, and
Hey, remember those sparkling ice drinks?
they're bad too.
Wait,
Are they
the
in
crystal
red?
ones?
Lower total PSA levels.
Look
PFSA,
at this number.
whatever it says.
10.
Those things are
10.
so good.
It
Those
says
are
so good.
none detected in those ice
Okay,
drinks.
I'm
which
going
are
to tell you about
garbage.
this gut thing later, but now I sip this stuff that's like dirt water from 40,000 million years ago, and it's supposed to take away all of the, it doesn't taste like anything but dirt
I
water.
want to know where this study came from.
Well, it might be in the beginning. Anyway, it's supposed to stop all of the
Where do you get the dirt water?
online from the doctor's website. Like it's, no, I will bring that next
It's
time
like a
to
hippie
explain
thing
it.
you do?
Yeah, but it's backed by a lot of research, and I think it's gonna like end up keeping people from getting cancer and live for a long time. So anyway, I take that. So
There you
if
go.
I do consume things that
of
have these
research.
things, it takes
So
that away.
One dirt water to one Topo Chico, they cancel out.
Yes.
Oh,
What
so
if,
it's like
what if I filter my Topo Chico
Through the dirt water.
Put in one of those water filters, the Brita.
What is this a measure of? What chemical?
I don't know.
Because
Okay.
PFAS?
Okay, whatever PFAS
Who
is.
cares what PFAS is?
In a San Pellegrino, there is like 0.11. So there's a little bit of this harmful residue.
They're
in
all
this, yes.
below the legal limits of arsenic,
Except
so
for
we're fine.
No, they're not. Topo Chico is not, but it's not regulated yet. So most bottles like this have 0.1. The high end is 0.3. Topo Chico is 9.8.
No,
That is
no,
10
you're
Yes,
lying.
it
It's
is.
9.76.
Oh my gosh.
Get your facts right.
That is
That's what's wrong with this
That
world.
is like this much of the bottle is filled with chemicals.
Good.
Like,
So don't
chemicals
drink that
harm-
half.
leave that in the bottle.
It's really upsetting.
But it's kinda
because
like the
Jim
thing,
was
like,
really loving Topo Chico.
I was
But he brought
really
the
happy.
box into the gym, and you can't drink those.
I
Do
will
not
drink
go
them.
drink those.
I'll drink
I'm
them.
There are
taking
free
them out of the
Topo
Actually, I
Chico
won't-
in the barn
I won't
fridge.
drink those. I only like the ones with lime.
But you kind of expect
Because
it,
the
right?
lime buffers the PFAS. Because this doesn't talk about the one with lime. It just talks
love
about
the
the
lime
regular
one.
one.
It
So
doesn't
good.
matter. 9.7.
How do you know? How do you know the
9.7.
lime
Do you
doesn't
want to
do
be
something
fit?
to it to neutralize
What
it?
if this makes you unfit?
I don't really care anymore. I'm too old to care.
That is not true.
What does that make me?
That's rubbish.
Back 9.
Too old to care.
So
I'm
you
in
definitely
my
can't have
twilight
Topo
years.
Chico.
So I was enjoying a delicious, refreshing beverage one a day, and then this has ruined it. And so I brought the last 4.
But you can
Yeah, I
To
thought
Rich's
Topo
house.
Chico was like a delicacy too. Like I'd only buy that if I was feeling
I
springy.
also felt like, you always hear don't drink the water from Mexico. The water comes from Mexico.
I know that was a really good point when you said that. I was like, oh,
I
point
was kind of
taken.
wondering where it was manufactured though, and why so much residue in Topo Chico? Like that's
They're trying to
I
kill
wonder
us.
why they need all that to make it taste like that.
I'm pretty sure they're trying to kill us.
I'll probably
They
still
don't
drink Topo
taste-
Chico though.
They taste like a little like the good, like bubbly.
good. I
yeah. No, they taste
Like a
magnificent.
San Pellegrino or whatever, like
But
similar-ish.
Topo Chico in the glass bottle is great.
Is LaCroix in
it's
there?
Good. I think it is on there.
Man, I
actually.
hammer LaCroix. I drink like 3 a day.
I hate LaCroix.
I just think it does
Try
taste like
bubbly.
I just like it better than water.
The
which is
memes
why I
or
drink
gifs
it.
are so
those.
good.
They are
They're
so funny.
They're the best.
I once sat next to a box full of bananas.
That's exactly what it tastes
What is
like.
this about?
You read
LaCroix?
LaCroix?
Yeah.
You know, the flavors or whatever?
Yeah.
And like, there's like joking flavors where it's like,
Uh-oh.
I once sat next to I was brewed next to a box of bananas,
Okay.
or I was brewed 100 feet downwind from somebody spraying coconut sunscreen. Like,
Okay.
that's what the taste like.
Okay.
So there's
True.
no taste in
That's
it.
exactly.
I saw one. It was like this guy said it was like a video. It was actually a TikTok video. He said how
You
LaCroix
use
is made.
non-cook or non-stick cookware
Why?
I do.
because it has PFAs in it.
Yeah, it's just
Well, I
can't
use
be
a
good.
lot of that
Anyways,
stuff.
All non-cooked.
he holds a
cookware.
cup up to a
Really?
TV. It's got
What
static
about
on TV.
stain-resistant clothing?
He's like trying. He's like throwing
I
TV
didn't know they
static
made
into a cup of water.
Who invented
And it's like an
stain
orange. And he's like
resistant
It's
like
like,
throwing
a treatment
orange
you put on
essence into the
clothes.
water.
I like
Actually,
it.
It's pretty
I should
funny.
know
I
that
like
too.
it.
PFAs have been detected in drinking water in more than 1,400 communities in 49 states.
Yeah.
Maybe okay, Jim.
We're all
Aren't we
gonna
adapted
die.
to
We're all
like
gonna die.
No.
consume that stuff?
No.
Though?
That's why you all need to drink this ancient dirt water.
I'm gonna drink what I want to drink.
No, I'm gonna burn those Topo Chicos.
How
in the
is
barn.
there some of this stuff in this olive oil spray can? It doesn't say it in the ingredients. It just says olive oil.
I agree. Because they don't have to report residues.
So, seriously, what is the one thing health-wise that you really believe in, like a supplement or something that you actually take? Because all of us have something that we're like, yep, that. For me, honestly, vitamin D is a big deal to me.
I take vitamin
Like
D.
I'm all about vitamin D. That's one thing I know I won't mess up. What's your? You do
Melatonin.
Melatonin?
Well, that's because
Yeah?
you build a dependency on it and you stop producing it when you take it for a long time.
Don't care. Sleep great.
What do you do?
I take vitamin D
Vitamin D?
regularly and fish oil.
Fish oil? Yeah. Fish oil. I do the same thing. Yeah.
Fish
What do
oil
you-
is supposed to be a big one.
Of the millions of things you take, Elly, name one.
I actually have heard a lot of, this is a recent thing. I haven't started taking it. I'm interested to see. But a lot of the hippie doctors that I listen to that talk about all this stuff say that collagen supplementation is actually incredible for your joints, and that in the elderly population and like the young athletic population, you can see substantial reduction in your pain because your body doesn't produce it on its own. So if there's a certain sources of it, so it has to be the pure source, the clean source, not all the there's a lot of woo-woo ones out there that aren't, and I can't tell you which is which right now. I don't know enough about it, but there have been massive studies saying the improvement, especially in the athletic population or just older.
I've heard this, but you're not doing that.
No.
What are you doing?
I really think one of the hidden gems, but it's part of Ayurvedic medicine, is ashwagandha, because ashwagandha root, but it's also the kind of thing. The cool thing for athletes is it's like KK66 or something. It's a clean one that anytime you see ashwagandha, it's made of a certain amount of the root that's good, but it's also triple tested, so it's safe for athletes and it's safe for everyone, because all ashwagandha is not made equal, but it helps so much from hormonal health, recovery. I really think if people integrate that multiple times a day, if you're not feeling well, it will reset and help your body in ways that I think
I also believe strongly in THC. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Cocaine.
I got
Never
it.
even smoked pot before.
Tequila.
Yeah, I believe in tequila.
Okay, now there's some honesty.
Yeah.
But seriously.
I mean, it's very clean.
Yes. I like the Rock's tequila, by the way. Shout out to the Rock.
Oh, is it good?
His tequila, yeah. Terminana. I'm not saying that right.
I have tried
The
it.
Blanco tequila is pretty dang good. Yes.
But it was at a taste testing, so.
Yeah. Take that, and then you take lime concentrate, frozen lime concentrate.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Scoop it right in that tequila, stir it up, little ice.
I'm not a big margarita person, but my mom apparently makes really good ones.
Your mom
Your mom
does
makes
make really good
fantastic
Just takes
margaritas.
Yes.
limeade thing
Oh, it's
from
so good.
Kroger, and then water in the same can thing after, and then tequila. That's
I
it.
can attest to that.
I think one of the CrossFit games here in the past, while you were winning the CrossFit games, I was at the camper drinking your mother's tequila.
Yeah.
It was good.
She does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not tequila. More of a whiskey or a bourbon.
Those are kind of clean.
Like with a touch of touch of Coke, Diet Coke. With
Yeah.
lots of PFAs or whatever the hell's in it.
Yeah.
No.
Some arsenic.
with organic pickle juice.
Oh, here's your plant-based yogurt alternatives.
Well, if you want to learn about yogurt, it is really interesting, the difference between because I like a creamy yogurt, so I used to like the Australian, that Noosa stuff because it was creamier. However, if you do I don't know how to pronounce. Ben, what's the yogurt in Iceland? How's it pronounced? Skier?
Oh yeah,
Skyer?
that one's good.
Oh, I don't really know.
It's-
I remember seeing it. I don't remember.
It's excellent. So reading about it, I could never understand how they got the creamy texture, but it's way lower in carbs and way higher in protein.
Yeah.
And the reason is because they strain it. So they basically strain the carbs and the sugars out of it, but it's still super tasty for some
is
reason.
It put a weird film in my mouth though, on my tongue.
Really?
Yeah, I remember
really
that.
liked
But yeah,
it.
it was really good. It
Yeah.
was really. I kept going to the free sample stand. It was so good.
Until you become a
Skier.
skier.
That's what it says.
Yeah,
Icelandic provisions.
it is really good. It's actually catching on here now.
And Siggy's?
I've had Siggy's, but I wasn't a huge fan
I
of
like
that one.
Chobani.
Chobani's good. That's Greek, yeah.
Yeah.
Greek yogurt.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't eat
I'm
yogurt.
gonna bring some information for you guys next week. I hope you're excited.
Yo,
No,
play.
Probably not.
About Topo Chico still?
Oh no, I'm just gonna get every time I
don't-
see Rich with the Topo Chico, I'm
I
gonna
don't
find
really
out at source.
Understand any of this?
So if I mix Topo Chico with whiskey
Tequila.
or tequila,
It'll
does
kill
that
It'll
kill
kill
it?
it.
Face.
Yes.
That's what it says here.
It's a great question.
Yeah, that's what it says right there. Consumer
In the
Reports.
subnotes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Some
So
notes.
we're fine.
If you have chems, kill them with tequila. I don't know if that works, but we'll try. Good luck.
It's saying it could be the treatment of how they put carbonation in it is why it has PFAs.
No, I thought it was the bottle.
Or they're just trying to kill us.
Oh no, now I'm confused. Now I
Could
gotta.
be from the source.
Well, Topo Chico's source is.
Topo Chico's made by Coca-Cola too.
Really?
That's what
dear.
it is.
Interesting.
Coca-Cola is shutting down their coconut water segment. which
Topo
is crazy.
Chico, made by Coca-Cola with the highest PFA levels in CR's test, said it would continue to improve to prepare for more stringent standards in the future.
Oh,
I mean, they're
okay.
working on it.
Yeah. What do you want?
9.7 when everyone else is 0.1.
Hey,
What do you want? They're working on it. Give them a
Okay.
break.
Perrier.
American tradition.
Perrier, no,
Perrier's
that's in
on
there.
there.
Which
Didn't-
which number? Is it in the red or the blue?
1 point red.
Didn't they actually used to have cocaine in Coca-Cola?
I don't know
How
if- I
long
think that's a
ago was
myth,
that?
though.
Is that a real thing or
I'm
a?
not sure.
I could look
so.
it up. I know we're at our time, but
Yeah, I was gonna let you guys know we're about an hour and 8.
okay.
Yeah.
So it says LaCroix and Polar challenged how CR arrived at our total PFAs and amounts. For details, on CR's methodology, go to cr.org
Ooh.
/water tests 1120.
/water test.
1120.
It's going to make me sign in. Uh-oh. What happens if it tells you, we're trying to track down the information you requested, but we seem to be spinning our wheels?
So
Maybe I typed it in
kind of
wrong.
like when other organizations have people tests against other organizations.
Can't even trust Consumer
Don't
Report.
hate on consumer
But no, here's
reports.
the deal. Here's the deal. Is you've got to with everything. You got to
Agreed.
check where the sources are coming from. That's what's wrong with
Everything.
media right now. Everything. Check and like don't just read the headline. Read the article. Read where it came from
I
and why
agree.
there's. I'm not like hating on that, but
Yes.
I am, but I'm not.
I won't even make a joke because that's so true.
It's so
No,
true.
that's like that. I 100%
You read one thing
agree.
and people are like, "Oh, I read this," and I'm like, "Where'd you read that?" Well, I read it on,
Yeah.
I read it on CNN.
Yeah.
I read it on Fox
Yeah.
News.
Facebook, whatever.
Come on.
Well, and that's what's so terrible about the conventional food and organic food, because both are going to be tested by their favorable organization. So I agree with that. You do have to read both. That was just an astronomical
Politics.
Whatever. We'll
Sons
see.
of.
Well, if you want to read about leaf blowers or coffee makers or generators or toasters, you can have it.
So Cobalt is the leaf blower because Papa Dave told me so, and he always goes to Consumer Report. So the battery
I did
powered
look at that.
Cobalt.
leaf blower was
I think I have
Cobalt.
one, actually.
Yeah, he
Wait,
was
what about Still?
still makes a good
Still?
product.
It's a good
Who's
chainsaw.
Toro?
Yeah. They also
They also
make
make a
decent
good
products.
lawnmower.
Yeah.
Still got 84 points. But anyway.
Still's good.
Oh.
I have a backpack leaf blower that's a still.
Yeah.
You have one of those?
Looks like a jetpack. Like you
That's
could fly
awesome.
with it.
Ooh,
way.
coffee makers, but we
No.
know that those don't count.
I tried one and then just some letdown.
Yeah.
Nope.
Agreed.
Man, yeah. Went to a coffee shop this weekend. I won't name where or what it was. And so I go in and I'm like, all right, ask questions. What kind of beans? Blah, blah, blah. Seem knowledgeable. I'm going to do a pour over, like to see the good. Man, they had the water scalding, so it just burnt the beans. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Burn the beans?
Did you tell him that? You go, what are you doing, man?
No, I ordered something else after, though, and I gave that one to my dad because he was just wanted black coffee. He don't care.
Right.
So I took a nitro. Had a nitro. I was like, I'll take this to dad.
There you go, Senior.
So I get back and he's drinking. I'm like, what do you think of the coffee? He's like, pretty good. I'm like, I've not taught you anything.
I mean, one last
Think
question.
you would know.
Huh?
You think you would know?
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's 200 degrees is about what you do a pour over at.
Like, if you know, you know.
That's hot.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. You don't know.
Right.
A 212. I'm pretty sure she just went to boiling, and it just takes all the flavor
You
out.
might as well went to Starbucks.
Might as well.
If your water's boiling, you've messed up.
You've messed up.
220.
220.
Too hot.
212.
Water boils at 212?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I thought it was 220.
I don't remember.
At what
I-
temperature does water boil?
The boiling point of water is 212 degrees.
Wow.
212.
212.
Got it. Sure enough.
Yeah, so if you're 220, you're way too hot.
Yeah.
Just burning beans.
Speaking of that, there's our coffee shop guru right there.
What temperature do you pour over at?
Wow. He said
195.
195.
That's why he works
He
here.
just nailed that. That was
Yep.
pretty spot on. Shout out to Steph.
That range.
Otherwise,
I
she'd
hate
get
it for you. You know what's really funny to me is that a couple of years ago,
I didn't
coffee
drink coffee
wasn't
whatsoever.
anything that you even
No.
thought about, and now
Yep.
you actually have a coffee shop
Yeah.
with good coffee.
Yeah.
You made that
And
face
you know all
when we
these
gave you
details.
coffee. You'd always go, well, I'll try it. Blech.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't make that face anymore.
I know how to make coffee.
They haven't
Probably
had
Folgers.
cold brew.
Oh,
They
that's
haven't
a
had
lot
any
of
cold brew
chems.
around here lately.
They haven't?
No.
No. Get on Coffee Shop Chris,
It's,
man.
I mean, shoot, man. Like, I tried Grace,
Yeah.
and then I told him I was getting ready to knife him.
Nice. I like it.
I seriously, I can beat you up. I can. I know I'm 52.
You don't like the Snap Show?
I like the Snap Chill, but there's something
I
about
really
the
like
cold
Snap
brew
Chill.
that has a little more something. I
Little
don't
oof
know.
in it?
Yeah, at the
I
end.
feel like
Wait,
a
I wanna
Snapchat's
get
really
nitro brew.
smooth.
But they
I wanna
don't
get a
sell
nitro-
it.
Nitro keg. I want to get that.
Can you authorize that? Because I
Authorize
feel
cold
like no, the nitro. Because I feel like
I'm working on. Well, the thing is, the system is pretty expensive, and then
Oh.
you have to make cold brew and then put the cold brew in the system.
Oh, wow.
Very long process.
because there's a big discussion about that all the time back there. And I'm like, can somebody not
You know
talk
what?
to Froning? Does nobody
go.
know Froning?
I'll go talk to him.
He
Right
can
now.
make it happen if he wants to make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Making something happen on a Monday. Wow.
All right.
Get it done.
Getting work done.
Man,
All right.
Nitro.
Ben, you
Nitro,
got any
people.
conspiracies? Anything you want people to know?
Don't drink
Nothing
Topo
new.
Chico.
Yeah, I guess that one.
No.
But hey, I will say shout out Mayhem Athlete Programming. It's made me well
place.
rounded this
Yeah.
weekend.
Orange Throwdown. Big
Yep.
Orange Brawl.
Whereas finished 6th, Beth was 2nd. That's pretty consistent,
Good
I
work,
think.
man.
Good job, Ben.
Proud of you.
Proud of you.
Yeah, but yeah, don't drink Topo Chico, I guess.
No, don't
Yes.
just jump on because you. What did I just
That's
say?
pretty- I
Form
mean,
your own
Maybe
opinion.
he was over
Read
there
the
reading
article.
about it.
See where the source came from.
I mean, I'm still
This
gonna
is
drink
what's
it.
wrong.
I'm
Don't
still
be a
gonna,
sheep.
I'm sorry, Ben.
on my
Don't be
judgment
a
day.
sheep.
On my judgment day, when God says, "Why did you tell people to continue drinking arsenic
You
Topo
didn't-
Chico?"
you didn't
Yes.
I'm gonna
that.
say, I don't know. Say I met 10 people too early.
What if, okay, on Judgment Day,
I don't
on Judgment Day, what if God said, "Why did you tell people to stop enjoying delicious Topo Chico?" And you say, "I don't know."
We're gonna die anyways.
Exactly.
So I guess I mean you can look at
Ben
it either
can't
way.
decide.
Man, if God's talking to you about Topo Chico on Judgment Day, I feel like it's not going good for
Sure,
you.
there's
I
no-
feel like you've done pretty good. If that's the worst you've done.
Well, then you're good. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I believe he says the teachers will be judged more harshly, right?
Right.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna drink it if that's
Do not
worth
cause a
anything.
brother to stumble. I believe that's in
It's
there
so
as well.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good. And it's the only one Chipotle has besides the soda water from the fountain, and that's just
Those
that's
what's,
cute.
is it San Pellegrino, the flavored ones though? But they're actually, it's basically
Oh, like the
juice.
orange.
Yeah, those are so
that's
good.
Oh my
But
god.
there's
Oh,
just
yeah, because
sugar
they
in it.
actually
Yeah.
But
have-
they're good.
Yeah.
You had those?
No.
I think it's San
Oh,
Pellegrino.
man.
Yeah, and they
But
come
I
like,
forgot
they
about
get to
those.
peel the top
Yeah,
off.
peel the
It's like
top
the
off.
bubbles hit different too. Like they hit you in the
so
throat
good.
instead of the mouth.
And
What-
they buffer lactic acid.
What brand is this now?
Pellegrino.
So I'm green lighted to use that at
Yeah,
least?
Pellegrino's
so
great.
good.
All the Pellegrino you want. You'd be a
Okay.
better athlete.
Okay. You guys help me here. I'm almost dead. Jeez.
I'm trying, but you want to get red 40 droppers.
Hey, enjoy your life.
Okay.
Do what you want.
Go out in
Be
style.
your own man.
Be
But don't smoke cigarettes.
Don't smoke cigarettes. Lung
No, don't
darts,
do that.
coffin nails, stay away from those.
I have decided how I'm going out though. And I have shared it with everybody. If you see a Harley Davidson show up at my house,
Oh, dear.
that's how I'm going out.
I got one.
What? Oh, dear.
So if I ask you to borrow your Harley,
You're gonna be like,
Make the
"Probably not
insurance.
today."
So
make
if-
sure it's insured.
So if you see Jim driving down the road on your Harley, we should be concerned.
well, because I feel like I'm gonna go off a cliff just in a
I
blaze
said
of
I
glory.
want to.
Just take a knee.
Why?
What I want is to get to the point where I can't wipe my ass one time. I want just somebody to wipe my ass one time, then I want to die.
So true. It's true. If you
know what I
can't, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
One time.
At that point, you're a burden to someone else. Like,
But I want to know. I just, I
Listen.
don't remember everybody ever
I mean,
wiping my
this
ass.
just-
I have
One time.
I have an
got
extra
deep.
clear rear at the house. I can bring it over. You don't have to worry about wiping your ass.
No,
then.
no, I'm saying like I want to live my life, but I'm saying one time, like when I don't want to just be a burden and like not be able to do anything, but one time,
Who's gonna be the person that wipes your ass?
nursing home, I don't know,
okay.
and then pull the plug.
Like, yeah, and then just be like,
No, not like my kids or anybody. I don't really have to do that. I don't want to be that burden.
okay,
Just one time, done.
yeah.
You get it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll be able to shift gears for a long time. So I can get through the gears, just keep it upright, then off a cliff, and then
Yeah,
you're done.
swing your leg over, though.
Yeah,
It's over.
I feel like the final step to death is the lack of thoracic rotation. You know? When you can't wipe your ass anymore, it's over.
I'm like, I already have minimal thoracic rotation.
Better work on it.
Listen, think about.
Nobody else? Not you don't. Okay.
That's really
Just
good.
me? Just me?
So
I'm
the-
with you. Yeah.
basically the
behind that.
truth that I want people to remember is if you can't wipe your ass, it's over.
It's over.
That's
It's over.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
I don't want to live just sitting
no,
around watching.
no,
you know?
heck no.
Well,
I
what if you
understand.
can be providing wisdom? What if you're like
No.
some kind of like...
I got no wisdom. It's all gone by then.
No, you got nothing.
By then they probably put chips in your brain and you could probably still do some stuff.
I don't want that.
No.
No chips?
Nope.
No Neuralink.
What about like if it was
Say no.
Avatar? We could go in and be an Avatar.
I don't know. Maybe.
The plug-in? You'd plug in? Isn't an avatar plug-in
I
kind of?
want to say something that's not appropriate for this podcast, but I won't.
Yeah, I feel like before you get there, though, there's going to be lots of cool science that's going to evolve before, because you guys
They're
are all
already
young.
working on
You know,
chips
you're
and stuff.
Have any I'm not gonna have any cartilage left in either of these knees.
Well, maybe
Well,
you
that's
try some collagen.
My ankles already are.
You probably
garbage.
should try collagen then. I don't know. All the
I've been to
Harvard
college
doctors
before. I
say.
don't need collagen anymore.
Is that the same thing? Those women that look like ducks inject into their face?
I'm not getting
Collagen?
Botox and I'm not getting lip injections. I got hit in the face enough times as a kid. My lips are plentiful.
Plentiful.
Plenty.
That's all it takes.
But-
I'm surprised women aren't like.
I know, right?
Seriously, it's got
That's
so
what
much
that's
scar
wrong
tissue in these things. Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere.
Faced with a baseball so many times.
Wow, we learned a lot today. That was great.
All right. Well, nothing, Ben. Is Britney still alive?
I don't know. I haven't had a phone in a week, so like I can't get any updates on anything.
Paris Hilton spoke out about Britney on Dr. Oz. Just
When are
so
you getting
know.
a new phone?
It's been such a headache. Insurance is just not worth it. Long story
No.
short,
Yeah.
No.
Get those tires first, and then worry about a phone
they
later.
made me online to file my insurance claim. Just long story short, they made me erase my phone because you can't send in with the location. So they make you back it up, erase it, and I did that, and the page expired. I refreshed it. And I couldn't get a new code sent to my phone because it's erased. So like,
Isn't that horrible? That's so
now
terrible.
I just don't know what to do. So
Go to Verizon.
I did that, and they gave me a pamphlet with a number, and they told me
Why
to call
can't-
this number.
Why can't you link your
I call
laptop?
that number. You know what they say? Go online to file your insurance claim.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have a computer?
Yeah.
Can you send that code to your email?
No.
But why
It's
can't you link it to your phone anymore?
Or do you have another Apple device?
Well, I think so whenever I try to do it now online, and I tell them I don't have access to my phone to receive the code or whatever, it gives me another number to call. But since then, it's like I haven't had a phone to call that number because every time I've been doing it, it hasn't been around Tabitha. And then whenever I have been around people, like right now, it's like I'm doing something.
You can borrow my phone, man.
I'm going to take care of it tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Mayhem Mindset. Still taking people.
We're doing it.
Cranking, rolling.
It's good stuff.
Mayhem Athlete. I think we have some new apparel coming out soon. Trey has a bunch of stuff. We got wristbands, towels.
Oh, yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
sweatbands.
Sweatbands.
Yeah, those are cool.
Bunch of sweatpants. Froning Farms, new apparel coming out as well.
There were some socks out there too.
Oh yeah, Into the Storm socks. Yeah. All right.